Stop! I'm asking Miss Ellie to return with me. Wait, he has a gun. He has a gun! What are you doing, Hammer? Don't move, I'm serious. Don't be silly. What happened, Hammer? I promised to a man named Krellian. He won't change it if Miss Ellie is returned. Hammer, dang you! I really don't want to do this to Miss Ellie either. Really, I like her very much. But I have no other choice because I'm no good. I don't have the strength like Bro or the smarts like this Doc. I know, everyone thinks of me as some annoying handyman who talks too much. I know that. Hammer. I'm different from you all. I'm not special like you. A normal guy like me has no choice but to do this. Don't move! Stop! Stop! I won't stop. Ever. My child is in danger. And I'm her mother. I was born and raised in a normal family. I'm not a soldier like my husband and daughter. I never touched a gun before, much less have one pointed at me. That's why I'm shaking, but I can't stop it. I'm a normal mother, so there are things I must protect. Ellie, slowly come here. Don't worry, I'll protect you no matter what. Mother. Ellie, come here, it's alright. No, don't move! No, no! It's alright, Ellie. Faye. No, don't go! No, no! Don't go. Don't. Mother? Yeah. Wah. Mother? 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 Leave the girl here. Groff! At a time like this. Everybody, get ready. Bit of a roller coaster. That's an understatement. That is quite the understatement. Yeah, I'm not... I don't want to say too much about that scene yet. I kind of want to let it cook. But, I have some things to say about that scene. Aren't you trying to, like, get Ellie, not kill her? Yeah, this music choice is odd again. Although I kind of get it, because it's kind of like... I don't know. I don't know if it's trying to be somber because of Ellie's mom, or it's trying to be, like, mysterious because of Graf. But the last time we fought Graf, it was like, you know, Kuja music. Like, ba 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 ba. So, like, this is really odd. I love how high they get yeeted. That doesn't look good. That wasn't good. Okay. Just having fun watching Satan obliterate everything. Is he down? Yeah. Okay, Satan just gets another turn. Why not? Ow. These. I mean, you miss like a single scene in this game and you're like, wait, what's going on? Because every scene is like wild. Such a cool combo. Wow. That was cool. Ah, Jelly. Yeah, I don't know if there's too much reason to heal Ellie, because she's just going to get one shot anyways. Boo. You've gotten better. However... Oh? I'll take care of this. Everyone escape now. Father! Ah ha ha, you both dote on your child. Ah! Ellie, go now. Ellie, no matter what happens, believe in yourself and go on. We'll be happy to help any way we can. That's the least I can do to make it up to you. Ellie, you're Medena's daughter, my daughter, no matter what. So... I'll just stand here and watch. Father! Oh, have I overdone it? You had no time to say goodbye. But don't worry, I'll let you meet again on the other side. How could you do that? To my father! Uh-oh. To have that much ether control in a non-awakened state. Impressive. However. Wah. Good. Ellie, everyone. Do your weirdest battle cry now. Together. You're like the Power Rangers. Hee hee hee. Just keep sleeping. Thought I pause those. Wah! Sir, the gear is moving by itself in the hangar. What? More details. Well, it's moving, and by itself. Oh god. Oh no, the cutscene's lagging. Power of the PS1. Was that all it was? I was gonna say we could watch it on YouTube or something, but if that's all it was. I mean, what? It was still pretty cool. This disc isn't very scratched, but it's probably a disc thing. Come on, come on, come on, you devil. I'll be sure to kill you this time. That's it. That's it. Heh. He came all this way just to be killed. Wah! Why has everyone turned into Dragon Ball Z characters? There he was. Yes, it's clear. It's nothing like the half stuff we've dealt with before. I don't think he'll get off the stage easily this time. Faye's mental energy seems to have been weakened, and it's similar to the old days now. Aha. What's so amusing? His feelings haven't changed over the years. Maybe you have mixed feelings. Don't be stupid. By the way, what about Ramses? You want him to bring her back? Too late. Car is left already. I really want to say it's a waste of time, but I guess it's alright. He probably made it easier to control it. Nevertheless. What? How can you continue to fight without a chance of winning? Isn't that what you want? Though I induced you to feel that way. But we're almost there. Our only actual example of success. Let's take good care of him. What her true intentions are, I don't even know. We're going. This place will soon be gone. I agree. We should do Carr a favor and save him, shouldn't we? I have no idea what they're yapping about. Ellie, are you okay? Ellie! Ellie? Have you come to your senses yet? Satan. Maria? Yeah, we were saved when we were thrown out into the sky. The rest of my crew were already picked up and they're in the Yggdrasil right now. Oh. Faye? What about Faye? Is he on the Yggdrasil too? Solaris! That red gear? What is going on, Satan? What's happened to Faye? Calm down, Ellie. Faye is alright. So he's already in the Yggdrasil, right, Maria? Calm down, Ellie. Listen. Faye is riding in that gear. That gear is actually Weltall in its true form after transformation. What? Another Faye within him has awakened. Faye and Id are the same, so it is Id, are the same person. You're kidding. I don't believe that. I'm not lying. You're not even talking, Bart. What do you mean I'm not lying? We saw it with our own eyes. The very sight of him turning into Id. Stop! Stop! Wah! Oh wow, it did the sound effect for me. Dang, dude, the slow-mo explosion, I could just see that in, like, an anime. Like, him standing there, and he, like, changes, and then his gear pops up from behind him. Like, that was so cool. Faye is Id? Don't be ridiculous. Alright, good, the scene is working. He may have just blown up the entirety of Solaris. Quick, take cover! The Solarian-based energy descending from the upper atmosphere is equivalent to a reactive weapon. What did you just say? We're gonna get caught up in it? Yggdrasil, get moving! Oh, they're fine. They live those. Am I controlling something here? Holy cow. Phew! We made it. Somehow? Yeah, I think someone had commented and said that the Tifa poster's somewhere in Solaris, but I think we had already missed it, because I don't think we could have gone back. But now it's definitely gone. Whoa, what the? It's that red gear, it's coming this way. Dang, we're spotted. Ellie? Satan, what now? What should we do? Huh? What? You were asking me what to do? Satan, stop acting dumb. You know everything about everything now. We all know it. There's someone on the dock. It's Ellie? What? No, Ellie, return immediately. I'm going to do this, so please allow me to do it. It is too dangerous. I know, but it's just like when Faye put his life on the line to save me. It's my turn to save Faye. As long as it helps him, I don't care what happens to me. Ellie. I mean, to be fair, you're also saving everyone else because he would just probably obliterate us all. Faye. Heh. You've come to die, eh? Yes. If that is what will satisfy you, then kill me, now. Good girl. Now die. Let go. God, Faye, I will never let go. Faye, please return to the real Faye. Ah, what? Whoa. Faye, please. This woman. I knew it. Ugh. Ellie. Dang it. He's awakening. So anyways, I am sorry. I did not want to say anything until I was sure. I was on a secret mission by orders of Emperor Cain to monitor Faye. He ordered me to determine whether Faye would be a threat to the world or not. The contact, that is what the Emperor calls Faye. This is your conclusion? Yes, Your Majesty. This is the answer that I chose myself. A no-nelb. You think you can do it? Yes. Humans have the potential. Managers are no longer needed. The contact is not our enemy? Yes, as you say, Your Majesty, if Faye is... then I leave it up to you. I atone for my crime by doing so. A no-nelb. The long-awaited man of God who will take the people born in this world with him to a new horizon. Such is the destiny of the contact. That is what the Emperor called Faye. He did not tell me why he called Faye that, though. Who the heck is he, then? He is Faye, but he is also the one who destroyed Elru, caused Kar serious injury, sank the Yggdrasil, killed Riku's subordinates in Kislev. Need I continue further? He is id. What did you say? Id? What do you mean? He, Faye that is, has dissociative identity disorder, also known more commonly as multiple personalities. It's a little more than that, I think. That's like, not what he is. Dissociative identity disorder, or multiple personalities. It is a mental disorder where one person has multiple personalities. Yeah, no, brother. No. He's like actually two people. That can't be real. Oh, but it is very real. Faye is living proof of it. I have been watching over Faye, who has a destroyer personality within him named Id. In the beginning, he was stable. His dissociation did not occur at all while he lived in Lahan for those 3 years. But then after Lahan was attacked, things changed. Little by little, the number of incidences of his dissociation and their length began to increase. And then at Solaris, a complete manifestation of it occurred. This is really interesting. It's like, I feel like they're framing this as like an emotional, mental disorder to make it more relatable, I guess. Like, I mean, maybe, maybe not. Maybe this is just him trying to explain it easier or whatever. But, like, I kind of like the idea of framing it like this, using an actual disorder, you know, instead of, like, just coming up with, like, a goofy in-game reason it happens. A lot of this game tries to tie itself into, like, real life and be relatable in terms of, like, religion and politics and stuff. And so when it comes to this, they're once again connecting it to something that's, like, real, you know? Now, whether or not they're, like, actually doing that specifically to be relatable, or if there's another reason behind it, like, we'll see. But it's just interesting to me that, you know, instead of coming up with some in-game, you know, whatever term, they're using an actual real mental disorder term, you know what I mean? Like, it's just in, like, it's a cool way to do it. It may not make sense in the end, because like I said, like, obviously it's more than just a mental disorder, given that he actually physically transforms and becomes stronger and etc. But it is kind of cool that they're doing that. You can tell that they really had a passion for, like Rad just said, dude, apparently they were studying psychology. They really had a passion for, like, psychology and politics and religion, like, to the point where, like, they wanted to say something through the game, you know? But not in a way that's, like, tilted one way or the other, but just, you know, make it... I feel like there's a better term to use than relatable, but, you know, make it real, right? What brought about it? He was fine when he was in Lahan, right? My guess is that the appearance of Graf affected Faye somehow. You probably know that Faye worked with Graf as the assassin Id before he was brought to live in Lahan. It was then that Elru, the homeland of Dominia, was utterly obliterated. Graf was intentionally provoking the manifestation of id within, for want of a better word, Fae. So, I mean, the way that he's describing it, id is the real Fae, right? Because he was id before he was Fae. For what purpose? To destroy God. That is what Graf was saying. That is all I know, although there might be more to it, but one thing is certain. Graf was encouraging the manifestation of id, but did not have adequate control over him. In other words, it was too much for him to handle? Yes. You said that's all you know, although there might be more to it. What did you mean by that? I shall go on to explain that now. Actually, that is the most important point. What I am about to say is very important, so listen. There is nothing you can do. You understand well, just as I expected, Satan. Or was it Doc? I have been wanting to meet you, Id. I wanted to talk with you. I guess it is all due to this machine which cuts the nerve connections. I love this song, by the way. Anyway, what is Faye doing as of now? Faye? Which Faye do you mean? There is more than one? Id? The one you call Faye is asleep. Sleeping? When I am awake, he sleeps. That is why he has no memory of what I do. Why does he not know? It's obvious. He is my subordinate. He cannot peer into my memories. He should not, in actuality, even exist. That man forcibly created his personality. So that's what I was saying. Like, id is the true form. Like, id was id before Faye. Faye is a tenant in the room of cowardice. That man? Our father, Khan. He sealed up my personality in the deepest recesses of my consciousness. He sealed up my personality in the deepest recesses of my consciousness. Through some inexplicable reason, that is when the present Faye was born. When you said cowardice, what did you mean? Why ask about him? You think you can do something? It is rare to be able to talk a real schizophrenic. I think it meant to say talk to a real schizophrenic. As a scholar, I am extremely intrigued. That's another thing I really love about Doc is, like, he genuinely, like, wants knowledge. Like, part of his side quest in his brain is, like, to receive knowledge. Like, regardless of what his real plans are and regardless of what, like, who he wants to protect, he actually does have this, like, obsessive desire for knowledge. And they show it earlier with some of the earlier moments where, like, when they went to what was it? It was like the first town we went to, and he kept going on and on about something that didn't matter, and Faye was like, why do we need to know this? And he was like, I just want to know. Like, they made it very clear from the beginning, like, he actually does have a problem. Like, he needs to have information, like, to a fault, you know? It's, like, really interesting. With friends like you, eh, Doctor? I like you, Satan, but he is insignificant. After all, he is just a failure. A coward like him does not deserve to be Faye's existence. A pathetic one who has always fled from reality. He never did one thing against me when I control him. A coward who refused to live. He should have been erased, but he continues to exist. Why won't he disappear? Dang it, it makes my skin crawl just being in the same body as him. Let us change the subject. I would like to know how and why your personalities were split. Since you are the one in control, I would assume you would know the story. Normally, personalities do not split as they did with you. Unless there was some sort of past trauma. You want me to talk about my memories? Don't misunderstand. I haven't given you the right to question me. Just because I'm held down by this machine, don't push your luck. If I really wanted to, I could break the restraints and crush you. Don't you forget it. Then why not do it? Shall I tell you why? You do not have complete control over Faye, do you? Your control of him is incomplete. Dude, Satan is so great. He's like, you want me to tell you why you're not doing the thing you just told me you could do? Like, bro. To break those bonds would require a tremendous amount of mental energy. Having used up your energy, Faye would return again. Basically, you would have to leave the stage. Obviously, the day you would be able to return is indeterminate, hence you will not do it. Am I mistaken? So you know me too well. I don't have complete... What is wrong, Id? You forced me on stage. He's waking. Under normal circumstances, I would have been able to hold on. But I can't. This is all that woman's fault. Her existence makes Faye resistant. You mean Ellie? That woman, the same. Everyone must eliminate. I do not understand. I do not understand, Id. You don't need to understand. But when the time comes, just take it as it comes. Reality and death. I'll eventually get to you. Be seeing ya. The emotional portion of Faye's present personality was sealed up by his father through some method. And now with the cleared foundation of Id's personality in computer terms, it is like constructing a mock personality on top of the compatible portion of the OS. That is the reason Faye has no memory of his past. Those 10 or so years of memories are under the supervision of Id. As long as Id does not willingly hand over the memories, there is no way for Faye to know since he did not even exist before the time Id was sealed up. So I wonder if that's why he gets random, like, looks into his memory. Because, like, there's a moment where Id wants him to do something, so he, like, force feeds him part of a memory so that he'll get the idea and do it. Like, I probably can't think of a good example without going back and actually looking, but there was, like, that moment where they broke Maria out, I think. No, not Maria. Emeralda out. And it was, like, right before they did that, he, like, force-fed him a memory of, like, his father. I'm wondering if that was, like, specifically so that he would go into the room and start clicking things to try, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe there was a purpose behind it. Or it's just video game things, and we were just getting memories for good storytelling. But it's an interesting idea. The present Faye's personality is an underdeveloped one which was built upon within. The 3 years of living in Lahan, studying and acquiring other people's reactions. Hence, he does not know how to fully cope with sudden or emotional situations. Ellie, you are the one who has spent the most time with Faye, so I would assume you would understand this. Were there not times when he would be psychologically unstable? For example, he would be manically or manically depressive, and then have sudden fits of rage. Yeah, he's pretty crazy. Then his present personality is but only a temporary one? That is not what I am saying. The present Faye is one single personality. It is just that structure-wise, his personality was constructed on top of Id's, hence placing Faye at a lower hierarchy. That is why when Id is active, Faye has no recollection of it. Then that means he might eventually be overtaken by Id. Yes, if it were only Id and Faye, but that does not seem to be the case. Id only manifests when Faye's mental energy is in a weakened state. It is a mystery in itself that the lower level personality of Faye has any control over the upper level personality of Id. It is obvious that there exists a third personality. Id calls this existence the coward. In my observation, this coward may be the fundamental personality of Faye. In other words, Id's manifestation is not controlled by Faye, but is controlled by the personality known as the coward. Then that means what? Jesse saying what we need to say. Saying what we're all thinking. At the same time Id resents this coward, he also obviously fears him. From a certain point of view, this coward is the one assisting in keeping the present Fae in control. I do not know the reason why this third personality, Fae's fundamental personality, does not come out. If this one awakens, it will become one with Id. In other words, there is a possibility that the complete original personality may be restored. Is that for sure? Probably, but I do not know how to awaken it. I have a theory. Before I had the opportunity, Id disappeared and he has been like that since. Basically, as long as nothing happens to Fae that would challenge his existence, Fae can be himself. But his surroundings do not allow him that opportunity. Well, yeah, have you seen this game, Satan? Crazy stuff's happening in every scene, man. He doesn't stand a chance. Imagine living in this world and never fearing for your existence. It's impossible. It would be best for him to live in a place that is peaceful. Yeah, we don't have one of those. Sorry. Fresh out. We're fresh out of safe places in this planet. That is Lacan. No, the Dark One. Grof's second advent. We must restrain and seal him up, otherwise we don't know what may occur. Cease this at once. May we at least wait for Wise Man to return before we make any resolutions? Although a tactician, why do you place so much importance on him? I have been silent all this time since Khan's death, since he was directly recruited by the Queen. However, I question why you would use such a person whose principles lack any understanding of sacrifice. Well, that is... You must look at reality, the existence of that power. Hold on. What's this Grof's second advent? The day of the collapse was brought upon by Grof. Grof manipulated Diabolos into destroying this world. And that power within Id is far too similar to Grof's. We cannot allow such a hazard to be set free. We ought to immediately freeze him in carbonite. Otherwise, expect the worst at any moment. No, but isn't the present Fae the real Fae? If that's the case, then why? But he is still far too dangerous. Think about it. He single-handedly annihilated the Solaris capital. We can't set him free. Not only that, in the past there were countless other cities that were destroyed by Id. I don't know their intentions, but Grof and Krelian were always involved somehow. And one of those incidents was Elru. It was Dominia's homeland. Solaris' purging of the rebelling city of Elru was done through the use of Id, to test his capabilities. As a result, not only was Elru taken down, all the Solaris units present were wiped out. He's responsible for the Yigs and ours. So he was the one who killed my subordinates in the sewers. What's wrong with you all? Aren't we supposed to be his friends? It appears everyone else is in agreement. The risks are just too great. Satan, no, that is terrible. It's decided then. He will be scheduled for carbon freezing tomorrow. That's so cool that we actually saw the carbon prison earlier. And we were like, oh, this is cool. And the people were like, we haven't used this in years. And now we're using it. I heard about it from Doc. Id. Who would have ever thought within me lies another me? But you're the same Fae I've always known. You returned to your old self. Please don't be obsessed with it. Okay, listen. Question? Quick question. We just found out that if Fae is in any sort of danger or like fearing for his existence, he could turn into Id and wipe out the entire planet. So we lock him in a cage. Maybe not the best idea. Maybe not the best idea here, guys. Maybe we put him in a nice bed and we, give him breakfast in bed and we rub his feet and, just give him the whole 9 yards, Not stick him in a cage. That's the opposite of what we should be doing. You return to your old self. Please don't be obsessed with it. They say I'm the second advent of Grof, the one who destroyed all of this world. It seems Grof used to be a land dweller named Lacan. Wait, we gave him all this information too? We're just asking for him to turn back. They're not thinking about what they're saying. They're just confused by your powers. Graf called me the one who would destroy God. In a way, I can understand what he means now. Though my id power isn't good enough, if it has the same quality as Graf's, let's escape. If Graf or the war brings out id, let's go to a place where no wars exist. If you did that, you'd be... That's alright. I don't have a place to go back either. Thanks, Ellie, but no. Even if I left the battlefield, there's no guarantee that it'll never appear again. Besides, I tried to kill you. You're still okay with that? Then you could have killed me if you really wanted to, right? This is such a great callback to when Ellie tried to kill him. You see the parallel here? Ellie tried to kill him way back when. The other you, id's power is nothing like that, but you still didn't go through with it. You knew when it was enough. Isn't that because your will was in effect? If you're to be controlled by id and all those around you become your enemies, I'd still be by your side. Because I know it's lonely to be by yourself. Oh god. My monitor did like a weird thing there. I'll open it now. Let's go, Faye. Ellie. I thought it was about time for you to come. I knew it. I was like, it's gonna be Satan. It's always Satan. Satan always knows everything. It's no use trying to stop me. Even if it is you. If you get in my way, I have no choice but to... That is no way for a lady to speak. I just came here to see you off. I refueled Weltall. We are ready to go anytime. Satan, it's kind of... I don't want to be awkward or anything. Like, we love ya. You're a cool dude. You got a cool sword. But it's kind of a me and him kind of thing. It's kind of like a... You know? I mean... we were kind of just going to go, like, alone, you know? But Ellie, you cannot use your gear while it is under repairs. What? Then what am I... You know that Omni gear. What if you borrow it? No way. I can't take Shavad's property without permission. You just broke out... Faye, you just broke out of their prison. I mean, at this point, just take the gear. Ellie is the only appropriate person for the gear. Nobody else can operate it. No. Never. I won't ride it, ever. Ellie? What's wrong? I'm so scared. That's why. I'll never want to do it. This is a problem. How about if I ride with you? Oh my... There goes the date. Everyone? Sorry, Faye. I'm sorry. Sorry. No, thanks, everyone. Now, I know you hate to leave, but we should get going before dawn. I did some work on the radar, so it should work fine. This is the worst escape plan of all time. They have left. Faye, where? They went far away. I go. Kane, making a ridiculous setup with Hyuga. He certainly has his deficiencies compared to our digitized existence, which permits us to use a higher level of logical thinking. He is restricted by his human form. Regardless, with just one machine, he annihilated Etreneg. His powers must not be underestimated. We're already short of time, The key. Use the key. Even you are beginning to feel the pressure. Krelian, what is Kane's situation? The usual life extension treatment. He'll hold out for a little longer. Does that mean we may not make it in time? I wouldn't know. You spoke of using the key. Can you be sure he can be eliminated? That we do not know. You know who he is. If he is the contact, there is a possibility he may not transmigrate. It's an organism composed of multiple generations. It's a matter of probability. That does not mean he can just remain idle. Yes, at this rate we are bound to make the same mistake, but we can't fail a second time. Well, don't worry. I've sent Ramses to deal with him. Ramses is gone, I think. I don't know. I don't know what happened with him. What could a failure like him do? He couldn't even defend Entrenang. What could you expect from trash like him? Even if he has the anima relic? The relic? The relic we recovered before he was aligned with his gear. There shouldn't be any problems now. He should be able to use his full power. You're going to take the task yourself? Although he transmigrated, wasn't he once one of you? I don't understand you. I've thrown away all feelings of human emotion. All I need is her. Man, what an evil... That's a great evil line. I've thrown away all feelings of human emotion. But isn't that also an emotion? Wow, got him. Of course. Is that a blunder? You are irritating. Do you wish to cease your existence? Fine, we shall leave it at that. I love their inability to understand how humans work. It's like, wait, you threw away all your emotions for an emotion? You humans make no sense. Elahheim? Yes, this is the place. I want you to bring her here. She is an important woman to me. Don't be ridiculous. Why do I have to listen to you? If you need her, go get her yourself. You're quite right. But can you say the same thing after looking at this? This is... Your gear and the anima relic have been aligned. This is the Omni gear. Now she is with Faye. Now she is with Faye now. What? Losing those battles against Faye again and again. I believe it's because of the difference in the performance of the gears. I don't think that's what it is. I think you'll be able to use 100% of its abilities. So how about it? However, if you still fail with this, you are truly trash. Dude, Ramses is he just gets the worst of it. The whole game, people just been like, if you can't even beat Faye, you are just trash. And then he loses. Well, if you can't beat Faye with this, then you're just trash. Loses again. Well, if you can't beat Faye with this... Ramses, will you go? He's truly the punching bag of the game. Car, are you going? Yes, I must get rid of him with my own hands. Be careful, I believe in you no matter what others say. Does she, though? Faye, what a loathsome name. I worked my way up on my own. But he ruined it again. That signal. It's him. It's not trash. Or I'm not trash. I'm not worthless. Man, he has really just completely lost it. What kind of gear is that? Omni gear. And according to the readings, it's clearly different from the one Bart's using or the one in Shavat. You think it's the perfect gear? Perfect gear. It just makes me laugh so hard every single time someone says something. Faye always repeats it with a question mark and it gets me every time. Perfect gear? What are you talking about? Remember what Satan said? He said that the Omni gears are controlled by mental waves. The power, the potential varies depending on the rate of synchronism. The numbers indicate complete synchronization. He has become a robot. Slow, too slow. They're catching up with us. Your performance is sad. Huh. I knew you'd be there. Ramses? Turn Lieutenant Elahheim over to me, Faye. What? What do you have to do with turn... Why do we have to turn Ellie over to you? Oh, I get it. It's Grellion's idea, isn't it? I don't think so. You can't expect me to comply. I can take her by force if you wish. Why do we even have this conversation? You want to kill him anyways. But then, don't ever expect to be able to hold her in your arms ever again. Faye! How is what's the physics of how are the physics working here? Are we still moving forward? Like, he stopped and turned around, but the wind is still, and he's like stuck, and I don't, don't worry, I'll protect you. Impressive words. Not really, he just said he'd protect her, but okay. Faye, I intend to take everything away from you. Another fight. Bro, I haven't saved in like 3 hours. This is your final warning. Hand over Lieutenant Alaheim now. I refuse to. Are you sure you want to refuse me? It'll be too late for you to change your mind later. Stop your stupid boasting. Well then, I'll have to show you if I'm boasting or not. So be it. No holding back and no holds barred. We're dead. Come on, come on. What poor form? What's wrong, Faye? In the presence of my vendetta, your Weltall is but only an infant. A infant. Incredible. This undeniable difference in power. Yang, are you watching this? Oh my god, he's completely lost the plot. At this rate, and with this power, I can defeat him. Waha! Ramses, listen, I surrender. So please stop attacking us this instant. What are you saying? If you do that... It is me he wants. I can't drag you into danger just over me. Yeah! Stop attacking Ramses. If I'm what you want, then just take me. Ah, ha 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 ha! Win! I can win! I am not the worthless one! Ramses? Can't you hear us? He's lost himself in the overwhelming power of that gear of his. Faye, we had better run. It's over for you, Faye Fong Wong. Ha ha ha! I am not the worthless one. Ha! Huh? I've even taken out the lieutenant too. Dang, I forgot my orders. Oh well, the heck with Grellion's orders. Dude has completely lost his mind. That was such a great showing of someone losing their mind. Dang, the bleeding. The bleeding won't stop. If things don't change, at this rate, Ellie's not gonna make it. Ellie, hang in there. Ellie, I'll save you, I promise. Ellie. Yes, I would like to save. It's been hours. Holy cow. Yeah, what a random spot to save, by the way. Should I, like, talk? Dude, it's been, like, 2 hours. I had things to say about those previous scenes. It's been, like, forever. Uh, okay, first of all, yeah, thank you for the gifted sub to Irish. And Seraphim, thank you for the gifted sub. And Seraphim, thank you for another gifted sub. Thank you, guys. Shot down, exclamation mark. So, like, okay, holy cow. So, way back a million years ago, click through one more screen. Okay. Okay. So I was gonna say, I wonder if this is finally the disc change. Weird time for a disc change. Wait, should I change? Well, whatever. I'm already up. What time is it? Should we just wait? What time is it? 12:30. I mean, we could. Is this like? Do I have another chance to save within the next 20 minutes after putting in disc 2? Or is it going to be like another hour of cutscenes from this moment? Don't think so? Alright. Why don't we just start on disc 2 next time then? That makes more sense. Okay. So first of all, like a million years ago, when Ellie's mother got shot, right? That scene was like really weird. So like I don't even know what I think of that scene. So like I liked how Hammer, like I really liked the moment with Hammer because it was a really cool like look into how someone like Hammer would act in his position. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, it was a really unique take on like all these other people are super strong and I'm going to get left behind, so like all I can do is this to try to protect myself. So that was like really cool, and like what a turn. And now yeah, but I don't know how I feel about how that scene actually played out, because like her mother was like, walk over here, Ellie, and I'll protect you. And so she walks over, and then her mother steps in front. And like, I know what they were going for, and I understand what they were going for, and I think it was a really unique way of doing it that I've never seen before. And like, I was definitely invested that whole time, like, holy crap, what's gonna happen? But I hate when they fall into the trope of somebody walking in front of a bullet as if somehow the guy only has one bullet. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of games and a lot of movies fall into this trope, and I hate it because it makes no sense. Like, her stepping in front of Ellie to stop a bullet doesn't make any sense in this context because he's the only one with a gun and probably has more than one bullet, and it's not like an instantaneous like, oh, he's about to shoot and she like jumped in the way. It was more of like a conscious decision of like, I'm gonna stand here so that if you shoot me instead. Like, it's just like a stupid trope that like doesn't make any sense. And like, her walking forward was more dangerous than Hammer just taking her and us rescuing her again, you know? Like, we just rescued her 10 minutes ago. It's probably safer for Hammer to just take her, you know? Like, it's just kind of, but her mother wasn't really, like, there for everything that had happened. And she was just kind of, like, blindly protecting her daughter, which makes sense. And, like, I get that. But it was in the moment kind of just like, wow, what is she doing? Like, and then Hammer shoots her anyways and then runs. So, like, what? I mean, if we're trying to make Hammer like the most hated character in existence, that's a great way to do it. Because holy cow, why did he shoot her? Like, that was so wild. He's just like, you know what? Boom, and then he just like, ah, and then ran away. Like, that was wild. Um, yeah, way to make like the most hated character ever. If that's what they were going for, they nailed it. Um, but anyways, the other thing I wanted to talk about was uh, the Ellie Faye thing, because I had talked earlier about how super complicated games like this need to have some kind of more simple, followable character moments that you can hold on to, even if you're like a super Xenogears nerd. That first playthrough, you need something that you can hold on to that will get you through the game so that you can play through again and pick up all the other details that you missed, right? If the whole game is just confusing and complicated your first time through, it's going to be hard to like hold on to anything, right? And this Faye Ellie thing is so great because we've been building it the entire game. Literally, the first thing we did after the village scene was we went to the forest and met Ellie. And the dichotomy between like Ellie fighting Faye at the beginning of the game and now Faye fighting Ellie and now both of them sticking up for each other, and like all of it's so good, man. Like, so good. And it was like 45 minutes ago, so I forget what all the quotes were, but there were some like amazing quotes um with like Ellie in particular, and how you can see like the insane amount of character development she's gone through. And it's not just like, what's cool about it is it's not just character development for the sake of character development. It's not like Ellie started as this and now she's this and she's a better person for it. Like, the changes she's gone through are the changes she needed to go through to be there for Faye when he needed her, which is so awesome. And like, from Faye's perspective, he's the one that created the change within Ellie. So him being a nice guy, him trying to save Ellie, him going out of his way to save Ellie, even when he shouldn't have, has now benefited him. So, you know, we can look at this as somebody playing the game and learn something. Be like, wow, if you're nice to people, if you go out of your way to help people, even when they're not going out of their way to help you, even though Ellie was like the bad guy, he still like did all he could to save her. There was like that moment where she was literally like, I'm gonna kill ya, and he's just like, go ahead, kill me. All of that he did is now paying off for him now, you know? She is now there for him when he needs her. And so we can look at that and be like, you know, this is the benefit of being a good person, of being someone that, you know, can put aside our differences or feelings for like to just protect another human being. So like, just freaking awesome. And like that moment when Ellie was like, go ahead, kill me. It was like literally the same exact way that Faye did it back on the mountain. Like, oh man, that's just good stuff, dude. Like, that is just good, not overcomplicated, not, you know, something that needs to be looked up on Wikipedia to actually understand what's going on, but just like good character moments that anyone playing this game can pick up on and like resonate with, you know? So that was just freaking awesome. Yeah, I mean, just in terms of like this game, like just every scene is nuts. Like, it continues. We played another 4 hours, and every single 30 minutes something happens that completely changes everything. It's just insane. I mean, the game is just, it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna pull off the gas pedal. It is just going insane. Yeah, the whole Fae thing is like really interesting, and I have a theory about the coward. Um, but I'm gonna hold on to it till we get further. Not really. Like I don't have like a definitive like I think I know what it is, but I just have like an idea in my head as to like what might go on with that. Um, the whole thing with like Satan was nuts, and Satan with the sword is incredible, and like I don't know, man. A lot of people are saying that. Well, I think that people were mostly saying that disc 2 is where things start to like fall off a bit, but it felt like some people were saying like really before disc 2 is when it starts to like feel rushed. And I do feel like there are moments that feel rushed, but in general, I think the game is still banging on every cylinder. Like the story is still moving at such a crazy breakneck pace, but we're still getting cool combat moments too, like Satan getting the sword. And like I mean, I guess the only thing I can really point to is like the enemies were all the same for the past like 4 hours. We were fighting the same exact enemies, with the exception of the Groff boss fight. But it's not like the combat has gotten like stale. Like I'm still learning new moves. Satan going crazy is like awesome, you know. So like I'm not in the position yet where I'm like, ooh, you know, they've really kind of just started telling the story now and everything else is kind of suffering. Like I'm not there yet. From what everyone's saying, it seems like I'm gonna get there at some point on disc 2. But I just wanted to put it out there. Like I am not there yet. I still think that everything is working in tandem really well. I think the story is still running at just an insane pace, but the combat is still fun and interesting. You know, like I don't think I'm at the point yet where I'm like, ooh, yeah, they kind of ran out of time. Um, I will admit though that that section was very just like it was a maze with the same enemies in it, and then that Groff boss fight was pretty like simple. It felt like it was supposed to be harder, but Satan was just going nutso mode. So, you know, oh yeah, and there was like the surprise boss fight in that optional room. So there was, I mean, yeah, I mean, they're still throwing in stuff. You know, it still feels like they haven't completely forgotten that they made a video game and not a book. You know, um, but like I said, from what people are saying, it sounds like Disc 2 might unfortunately turn into a book, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but you know, we'll see how it goes. It does need to keep a balance, and it sounds like the balance is going to go out the window. But regardless, I'm still having an absolute blast playing this game. It has been unreal. This would probably be like my favorite session of the game, almost like in terms of just the stuff that happened and like the Faye Ellie moments. I think were like my favorite so far. That was amazing. Really, really loved that. And that's just kind of a personal thing. So that's always what I'm into is like character interactions and how they pay off over time. That's just kind of my personal, what I enjoy to see in video games. I don't think it's necessarily the best part of the game, but it's like my favorite. That's like my favorite thing that I just get out of video games. So that was really awesome. And yeah, that's going to be it for Xenogears. We're going to be back into Xenogears on Friday. So in 2 days, we'll be jumping back in. But for now, we got to say goodbye to YouTube. So YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Let's play Xenogears. We will see you in Disc 2. Peace.